Hi, I'm John Ambrose. I'd like to welcome you to our training facility here in Jefferson, Ohio, and to introduce you to the next generation in putter design, the MOI Putter. The qualities and advantages of this wonderful club will be demonstrated in the following video, proving how the physical properties of size and weight will contribute to the goal of making more putts and lowering your score. The size and weight allows the club to swing in a larger arc using momentum and tempo to supply energy to the ball for the given distance. Moment of inertia, or MOI, is a club design term most of us have heard before. Simply put, it is the force that resists a rotational change in direction of a mass around its axis as it travels through space. What this means for a golf club is, the higher the MOI, the more likely the head will remain stable and the face square as it moves through the stroke motion along the intended line. Now this is important. The MOI of a putter head can only be increased by adding a combination of weight and size to a club design that correctly distributes this added weight over the additional size. The design features of the MOI putter produces a moment of inertia 25 to 50% higher than any putter on the market. An increase in MOI has another amazing attribute. It dramatically increases the sweet spot size of the putter face. Consistent sweet spot contact is a must for good putting. When you miss a sweet spot, you fail to transfer the intended energy to the ball and at the same time will deflect the face offline, causing both distance and directional error. A missed sweet spot can also make green reading more difficult since there will be times when a missed sweet spot and the resulting poor putt can be misinterpreted as a bad read. The sweet spot size of the average putter is about 1/2 inch or a little less than the size of a dime. By increasing size and weight, we not only dramatically increased the MOI of our putter, but expanded this sweet spot to 3.5 inches or about 5 dimes wide. Thanks to the high MOI and the huge sweet spot of the MOI putter, backstroke size can now determine distance rather than muscle power without compromising directional accuracy, producing the purest putting motion in golf, the pendulum stroke. The tempo of your stroke will be slower now that you can truly tap into the pendulum motion. You will also be able to maintain a square down the line putter face from backstroke to follow through. The L2 pendulum machine uses a gravity-fed pendulum movement. Its tempo is based on the radius length, which is the length from the bottom of the putter to its swivel point, and remains the same no matter how large or small the stroke, as the face remains square. The radius length used here is about 46 inches, producing a gravity-fed tempo of 58 beats per minute. A 50-inch radius length would be about 57 beats, and a 42-inch radius about 60 beats. A 6-foot golfer in his address position measures about 46 inches from the bottom of the club to the swivel point of his spine, which is below his neck. By rotating from this point and using a shoulder and arm triangle connection to the club, the golfer's stroke can apply this same 58 beat per minute tempo, using a gravity-fed motion that will minimize muscle participation. The MOI putter stabilizes your mechanics for better directional control and brings a pendulum consistency to your distance feel. Now, backstroke size, momentum, and tempo will translate into the proper energy input to the ball without compromising direction. This is because you can trust the MOI putter to stay on line. I'd like to take you through a brief explanation of how to use the MOI putter when you're out on the green. When you walk up, obviously, you're going to pick up your ball and set your ball marker down. Since the MOI can stand up by itself, I recommend using the ball marker instead of the ball to line the putter up with, because if the wind should blow the putter over, you're not going to hit your ball. You've read your green, you've got your track line chosen. You're going to take your putter, line it up with your chosen track line, step back, give it a view, make sure it looks the way you want. When you're ready to go, you're going to take your ball. I have a balance line on my ball. I'm going to put it down, and what I'm doing now is I'm matching the balance line with the alignment marks on my putter. This is far easier to me than trying to see an invisible line on the green. Now I'm just paralleling everything with the putter. Toes, hips, knees, shoulders, everything's square. So my track line and my alignment is perfect. Now this is important. When you're doing your stroke, direction is all mechanics. It's got nothing to do with feel. Touch and feel is a distance aspect only. It's not direction. I'm assessing the distance. I get a feel for the uphill, downhill, fast green, slow green. Now I decide my stroke size. This is where touch and feel comes in, deciding the size of my backstroke. The head's so huge with the big MOI that it allows you to take a bigger backstroke, and the MOI, as we've talked about before, also increases the sweet spot size. So I don't have to worry about making good contact with the ball. All I need to worry about is keeping the face square, tempo, stroke size. Over the ball, I want to keep a square back and square forward motion and just maintain my tempo of 58 beats. When you do this kind of a repetition, what you're going to find is a great deal of consistency in your stroke. You're going to be much more apt to be settled and comfortable under pressure situations. Remember, the adrenaline rush goes into your little muscles, fingers, hands, and wrists. With the heavy weight and the motion of your shoulder, you're going to be eliminating that, which is the best thing you can do to sink putts and lower your score. Be sure to generate backstroke and follow-through using your shoulders to rotate around your spinal axis. When done correctly, you will feel some slight twisting in your waist or lower back as you stroke. There is a tendency to only move your arms and sometimes wrists to stroke the club. For a right-hander, try feeling your left chest muscle follow the club head on the backstroke and your right chest muscle follow the club on the follow-through. I'd like to demonstrate a couple of drills that will help you a lot with your putting in general, but it'll really help you take advantage of the MOI putter's qualities. This is just a push drill, and what you're basically doing is you're putting the ball off your left toe, lining the face up with the cup, and just pushing the ball into the hole. What this does is it gives you a great feel of your face direction and give you a good sense of follow-through stroke. You'll want to keep the putter face square, and you're also releasing that right shoulder into the ball, which is helpful in keeping a good square follow-through. It's just a push through the hole. Then once you've got that feel, now with a little bit of a backstroke, it's easy to make your putts. The next drill I'd like to show you is called the two-ball drill, and what you're going to do here is you put a ball in front of the putter and behind the putter, and it makes you conscious of backstroke. We're so unconscious of our backstrokes with light putters. They just are these short little jabby things. This is a smooth motion, and you want it to be square back and square forward, so putting a ball right behind the putter really opens you up for that. And it's just a push and a punt. And that type of motion really helps settle you into a back-forth motion and makes you think of backstroke. Last drill I want to show you is a drill that allows you to look at other things than the ball. And because of the MOI's putter stability and the big sweet spot, you have an opportunity to do a couple things you can't do with any other putter. The first one is you're able to look at the hole while you putt. Now, this isn't necessarily something you have to do all the time, although it is a great way to putt, lag putt. But it'll give you a good feel for distance and depth perception. So what I'm going to do is get myself all lined up. Instead of looking down at the ball, you're just looking at the hole, and then you do your tempo and do your stroke size and base my distance on that. And what you're going to find is a much more stable tempo and a better motion to the cup. There it is. The next drill is going to involve looking at the putter head instead of the hole or the ball. Same as before, mechanics. Only instead of looking at the hole or the ball, you're just going to keep your eye on the putter head as it goes back and as it goes through to see what the face is doing to make sure it maintains its squareness through the motion. So your eye is on the putter head, and you're going to rotate your eyes with the putter and through with the putter and hold it square. And it's a great way to keep your putter face square and double check yourself. If you're really looking to improve your putting skills and lower your score, don't just buy another putter, buy a different putter, the MOI.